Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from AnthonysCustoms, and for this review, we are looking at the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Reptile figure, which is what I'm very excited about, kind of. I say that because it's essentially the same as Sub-Zero and Scorpion and Noob Saibot, but I do like me some Mortal Kombat ninjas, so it's kind of nice to get another one to add to the rainbow. I am happy to get it, it's just we do have this figure already technically. So it's going to be kind of a quick review, but there are some nice new things to talk about. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 17.5 centimeters, which makes him just about 7 inches, a little shy of 7 inches. So he definitely does have some size to him. The one thing I always say about Storm Collectibles, given that there are some issues here and there with quality control, you are getting your money's worth in terms of what you're getting in the package. There's a lot of figure there, and they usually come with a bunch of accessories, so you really can't complain about that. The QC is definitely an issue here and there, but I think it's not something that's that big of a deal. It's not usually a deal breaker type of situation, and we'll talk about that as we go. So the paint on this guy, pretty basic. There's a little bit of dry brushing throughout the black, just kind of like a really dark gray. And then we just have a little bit of line work on the green, a little bit of a black wash, and that's about it. The eyes are painted on this guy with a kind of a green hue to them, so that's kind of cool. That's nice. And then the skin tone has a little bit of speckling to give it like a kind of a more realistic look. So that's pretty good, but overall pretty basic paint job, but that's fine. That's what it's supposed to be. It looks nice. It's nice and saturated. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of dry brushing silver for the shin guards, and that looks nice. A little bit on these parts too, but not a whole bunch. As far as the accessories go, we do have the interchangeable face masks. We have the cloth one, and then we have the I guess it's metal probably, the metal version. We have an interchangeable head. Unfortunately, I have always hated this version of Reptile, but you do have the Reptile head, and it is done very nicely. Really clean sculpt work, pretty good paint job. The jaw is hinged, so that's pretty nice. You can open that up, and then he has a little tongue in there, which you can remove and swap out with a really long tongue. Unfortunately, the long one for me has big spots of paint missing, but overall it's a nice little accessory, which I'll never lose, but I'll never use, but I'm sure a lot of people will like to have that. As far as interchangeable hands go, we have the 2 fist hands that come on in the package. We have 1 gripping hand, which is left over from Scorpion. We have 2 kind of clenched hands, 2 little bit more relaxed hands, which will be used for the 1 energy effect part, and then we have 2 karate chop style hands. So we have the 1 dual hand energy effect part, which is just like some kind of slime bubble thingy that he makes, I guess. And it's nice saturated green, pretty translucent, looks pretty good, fits on the hands nicely, so that's good. And then we have 2 little just slime booger ball thingies that are hanging off of his fingers. You just slide those on over the fingers. Nice little accessory, pretty cool. So that's about it. I mean, it does have those new accessories, but the rest of it is exactly the same. I'll run the articulation really quickly. We have some ball pegs going on for the head and the neck, so you can move it around pretty well. His head seems to be extra stiff, his ball peg for the head, but that's okay. Stiff is better than loose. That's what she said. And so it moves around nicely. The gi thing is still nice and soft. The shoulders are on ball hinges, connected on ball pegs, so you can move the arms around very well. Bicep swivels. Double jointed elbows give you pretty good range. Now here's the one of those QC issues. The hands are made out of a soft material, so they should swap out easily. However, the sockets aren't stiff enough to grab onto this ball peg. So when you try to swap out the hands, the whole socket comes with it, or the whole joint comes with it. Now you can just pop them off still and put this back in there. We have I think a double ball peg in the torso. I know a single ball peg in the lower torso, so you can move them around pretty well. It's not going to be the most incredible range in the world at the lower torso, but the upper torso does lean back and lean forward really, really nicely. Takes a little finessing to do it because we have separate pieces in there, but works really well overall. I'm very pleased with these guys. And there goes the head. This is soft. This is soft. The hips have really good range. You can see just big old ball pegs in there with sockets, so no problem bringing the legs out to the side, bringing them forward. Again, no issue. Going back, they don't want to go as far back just because of the way this is sculpted, but really good range on these guys. It's one of the things I like about the Mortal Kombat ninjas in particular. They are really unencumbered by the sculpt. The articulation's pretty great. Thigh swivel's a little stiff, but it's in there. Double jointed knees work really nicely, so that's good. The ankles don't have the best range going forward, but it's pretty good still. I think that's okay. Pretty good back. You have a ball peg and a hinge in there, so you can lean them a little bit as well. Not the best ankle rocker, but it'll do. And then you have your toe hinge, which is not a good toe hinge. But yeah, these are really, really solid figures. If you guys have seen any of my reviews on these guys, you know pretty much what to expect at this point. And since this guy's just a repaint pretty much with new accessories, you definitely know what to expect at this point. Where did his head go? I have no idea where the head went. So we're going to end the review without... Oh, hey, wait a minute. Look at that. It's almost like it happened on purpose. There we go. And so there you have his reptile head. It does seem to sit a little low, huh? Can't lift it up anymore without popping it off. I guess it's okay. It's a little low maybe. But there you go. So there's Reptile, guys. Thanks for watching. I do recommend it. Just be aware that it is just a repaint. So, you know, if you like the other ones, you're going to like this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.